I think some people are missing those afternoon showers to kind of cool things off a little bit because it's been toasty.
Yeah, I tell you what, my air conditioning bill is going to be a little higher again. We talked about it earlier. I know now why a lot of people come down in October, because that's when we start to see cold fronts. I mean, September, summer hanging on here despite fall on the calendar. We are looking at temperatures staying above average too. And one thing we do notice, though, we get these isolated cells and you get some good shots of them too. This is isolated right there. Susan Roberts sending this in from Sarasota National in South Sarasota County there. A very good looking storm right there, but wasn't around long because it tapped into that dry air. And then out in the Gulf last night, Fred Seeger getting an isolated thunderstorm off into the Gulf, maybe just a shower really, with some high clouds moving on in. And the red that you see is interesting, is the dry air. So it was a lot of redness into the atmosphere as a result of that dry air that's around, and always creates a little bit more color. As far as the Van Wezel webcam goes, pretty nice out there, not many clouds to speak of. And it looks as though we'll see similar conditions again for tomorrow. And stretching into the weekend now, as things have changed a little bit, this low pressure off the Carolina coast is stagnant really. It's just kind of sitting there and spinning, not doing much. And it's actually grabbed all this dry air and brought it right on into much of the peninsula. Now, the south portion, still seeing quite a bit of moisture down there where it's a little bit more humid as far as that goes. And we're seeing the dry air in the mid to upper levels of the atmosphere. It looks as though we will see the hot weather continue, though. It was hot today. Boy, looks like that will continue tomorrow with temperatures soaring in the low to mid 90s inland areas, and the heat index up near 100 degrees once again. Some big storms, though, as I mentioned, where all the moisture is located down to our south. This is what we'd normally see if it wasn't for that dry air sticking around, and it has been doing so over the past couple of days. Now, 89, it's cooled a little bit. West winds at 12, and the pressure now 29.95 inches. And the high today, 91 degrees, close to the record, 3 degrees shy of 94 set back in 1992. And no rainfall to report for today. The monthly total now just around 4 inches. We're nearly 2 inches below average. Well, statewide temperatures are still hot in Tallahassee at 91, 83 in Orlando. Miami's had the rain and it's cooled down nice to 81 degrees there, 87 in Key West. And temperatures 92, the warm reading. And now at Mayaca City, the Gulf of Mexico is at 88 degrees, 90 in Punta Gorda, Bradenton at 90 degrees. Heat index is at 96 at a lot of places now. 92 degrees it feels like, but look at Lake Placid and Sebring. They feel like 70s, and that's where they are as a result of the rainfall. Tomorrow I mentioned a little or no change as a result of the dry air that's in place, and it looks as though we'll stay that way through Saturday now. And in the tropics, Carl continues to gain a little strength. No threat to the United States. However, to Bermuda it is. There are warnings up for Bermuda for the possibility of tropical storm or even hurricane force winds, but more than likely tropical storm force as it makes its way off to the northeast. And it looks like Lisa out there not doing much at all, moving into the open waters of the Atlantic and then eventually turning off to the northeast as a low pressure area for the most part. And our area, we're watching this one. This is going to be kind of interesting to watch over the course of the next 5 to 10 days as the models are starting to pick up with this, and it's going to keep it on a low latitude, and that means it may get into the Caribbean. Those are always dangerous when they get into October. As far as the next storm up, it's Matthew, and Matthew is the next named storm. We've had a lot of storms, but they've been relatively weak as far as that goes. No real threat of rainfall for us over the upcoming days. Temperatures in the 60s over the northern plains. And as far as boaters are concerned, we'll have a seas running generally less than 2 feet. Isolated showers, mostly fair tonight, 76 for your low. And then tomorrow, 91 for a high. Mostly sunny and just a slight chance for mainly an inland storm. The extended forecast calling for a 30% chance for showers on Saturday, a little bit better chances on Sunday, and it looks as though we will see pretty good weather again on Saturday. We'll talk more about what's going on Saturday and a little bit later. Scott?